Hey traders, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about the US Canadian dollar again. I know I've done a few markups on this pair, but it is a pair that I trade often. And specifically today we're going to talk about this possible reversal that may happen. So we're going to chat about this. I'm going to do a little bit of analysis for you. And yeah, before we get into it, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and make sure you comment below what sort of things you want to see from me next, because I'm always reading the comments and taking ideas. So looking at the US Canadian dollar, you guys, we've been trending down now for a few weeks, okay? Something to note is that we are approaching a major, or a key level, a key level. Easier to see, so I'm on the 4-hour time frame. I'm going to switch to the daily and show you what I mean. The reason this is a key level, you guys, is because it's been tested so many times in the past. If we go back, I'm just going to briefly highlight for you all of the different times price we saw some volatility around here. So there's not too much rejection there, but we definitely saw it reverse at the zone. And if we go back, it's just multiple times, okay? So this is how you're going to determine if you have a key level, okay? You want to go back and you want to just eyeball how it looked at that level over time. And as we can see, multiple times it rejected beautifully off of this level, okay? Which tells me that there are likely going to be a lot of buyers willing to enter the market and trade at this zone, okay? So there are a lot of buyers waiting here. The issue with this, you guys, as with anything currency related, it's not always gonna work out, right? So let's just look at the same level here. Look how price broke that, just shot right through that zone. There was just too much bullish momentum, and sellers really, you can see here, see this wick. Oops, I can't click. There we go. You can see this long rejection wick here. So there were, multiple sellers waiting at this level, and they just couldn't hold. And as you see, buyers took control and it did shoot on up through. So you likely would have gotten stopped out had you entered there. So you can't just blindly enter a trade here. You really do need to wait for strong rejection and a strong rejection candle, and then some nice momentum upwards. I'm going to give you a tip actually on how you would know that this probably isn't going to work out. And I'm not going to really be able to go down to the lower time frames, unfortunately, because I'm going to lose my space and not be able to get back and find it. But you see how this wick is really long. Remember, guys, we're on the daily time frame, okay? You see how long that wick is? That means that in one day we saw major movements upwards and back down, okay? I'm talking really, really fast. The market moved really fast. And when you see the market making these significant pushes, and you see, let me try to find an area like it. Let's go down to the 4-hour. Basically what we're going to look for right now is an unhealthy trend, okay? So if we go back, I can try to find that area, but I probably won't because it was a while ago. Oh, it might have been this one, is it? Okay, it might actually be this area. Bear with me, let me see. Okay, perfect. So this is the area we were looking at. Yeah, good. All right, perfect. It's gonna really indicate to you that this is an unhealthy trend, okay? This long wick is indicating reversal. So if we went down into the lower time frame, I was thinking the 4-hour you would see it, but if we went down to 15 minutes, you're gonna see a really unhealthy trend in the fact that it's gonna be super steep. So You see how here we have a nice kind of even slope, okay, going upward. With an unhealthy trend, it's going to look like this, you guys. It's going to look like almost 90 degrees, okay? When you see a trend looking like that, it's not something you want to enter. Let's go to the 15-minute and see if we can find something that okay. So even this, all right, even this here, but I'm looking for that on like a, right here, okay? That's another good one. Okay, this is a perfect example right here. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes you will just get kind of caught in these. So if you've already entered based on like your analysis, that's fine if you end up entering. But it's not something you want to try to enter, okay? When you see this happening, it's not considered a healthy trend. It's going to be very volatile, meaning it's hard for you to anticipate the market's next move. And it's just not something you want to get into. So that is a little trick for you in determining, like, see how this is literally almost 90 degrees, you guys. That's not a trend you want to trade, okay? You want to trade a trend that looks like this guy. So we have nice up and down movements, and you can try to get in here. So I know we went a little bit off topic. I'm sorry. I did want to point that out to you. Let's go back to the daily, but that's just a little trick for you. You would have seen a really unhealthy trend right here, which would indicate, okay, no entry. All right. And the reason being, it ended up shooting, back up shortly after, because that was likely due to news or something like that. So that's just a little tip. But what we're looking for here, to get back on topic, I'm sorry, I did kind of go off there. We want to see a nice rejection. And this is a textbook example right here on the on the daily time frame. We have a nice rejection candle. Okay. Let's go to our 4-hour chart. And all right, so we have a really nice rejection candle followed by that nice movement upward, okay? And we ended up getting these nice long-bodied candles pushing away from our zone, which you guys know this is what I look for when I enter a trade. I want to see these nice bullish candles forming, okay, away from the zone. And this is where you could have entered and rode up to your next zone, which likely would have been here. All right. That is what you want to look for coming up on the US Canadian dollar. Obviously, we're not seeing enough rejection yet. Okay. There is always the possibility, you guys, that we're going to see a push down on through here. So we'll have to wait and see, but it is something that I would definitely mark on your calendar. If you wanted, you could even set an alert for, I would probably set it for about here. So the 1.31 area, just coming back up out of that zone. And then you can kind of analyze and see how that rejection did look and how much of a push you're getting up. We may see some consolidation here at the zone. That would not be uncommon either. You can see that happened here before we got a push up out of it. So definitely mark that area. This is something that I'm looking at that I wanted to point out to you guys. Sorry about that. I don't do a lot of these videos often, but this is a really nice setup if we get the push upward. This will be a major reversal setup. I'd be looking to go long and ride at least up to this zone here, which I don't have marked, but you guys can take a snap of it. It's 1.3188, technically 5, but you can say 1.318 if you want, and just go a little bit lower. So that is what I'm looking for potentially on this pair. I will have this video posted for you tonight. If you guys like seeing me kind of mark up charts and do analysis on different pairs, let me know. I can definitely do more like this. And that is all. So I will see you guys in the next video.